Ayo, DSP projecting here. Imagine you were utterly embarrassed in front of an audience by an Iron Chef. No, you're not a competitor on a Food Network game show, you're DSP. After all that drama, the emotional string pulling, DSP had to compose himself and finish his react to a June the King documentary that doesn't even mention him once. Let's take a look to see if he can make any meaningful parallels to his life.
You can show your reporting history on YouTube. I'll link it in the chat. So if you didn't do it, they should have nothing in it, correct?
Oh, they're going to catch him red-handed.
The plot thickens.
As was brought forward on the stream, there is a way to check a flagging history. This has to be done through a channel owner.
You're taking way too long, Matt. You're guilty as fuck. Take a screenshot. Well, we want to see what you reported, all right? Stop fucking around. It's been like fucking 8 minutes.
Jesus Christ,
Take a screenshot and show him. No, I'm sick of you lying.
I'll send you an image because, look.
No, just okay.
No, wait, I want to hear this.
All right, okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
So there's one of two things going on here, right? There's one of two things going on. Number one, he's guilty as shit, so he doesn't want to show the screen. Or number two, he's not the one flagging those people, but he has flagged people. Not to say that it would be in the wrong if he actually did identify content that he thought was abusive or harmful.
I'm not going to mention how Phil self-felted, showed his claims, admitted to striking someone and removing it after he felt that that person, who would also eventually self-felt, learned their lesson. After that felt full of a sentence, it's so rich that he will sit there laughing while I'm double checking if the source of this clip is actually June the King or a detractor who dubbed in Craig's voice over whoever METOKER is arguing with. I couldn't really tell the difference. Phil sits there with that stupid smile. Ack, 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 that's what I did when I was guilty of shit on the side scrollers, ack, ack. Then he also has a second reason, which I'm sure is from experience, that the dude's flagging shit for no reason. It just might not be the specific video they're currently talking about. And DSP loves splitting cat hairs between a new cat and a cat he already had. No, not that cat.
Okay, this is the worst possible idea. Think about this. He's on a Discord call. He shares his screen. And he goes, I've got a lot of tabs open. Dude, I'm sure with these zillion tabs open, someone's going to find something in one of those tabs that now they're going to use against him or make fun of him for, right? Like, this is idiotic. If he was going to do this, literally open another browser window. You can open another tab that's not connected to all those other tabs.
Spoiler alert, in the documentary, the tabs aren't mentioned at all. But how dumb is Phil that he can't even look at his tabs real quick before sharing a screen? It's not that hard. Also, is this DSP projecting?
Oh, that's why they call it that.
What tabs does DSP have open that this is exactly where his mind incorrectly went? I encourage you to speculate in the comments.
But as was becoming more and more the case, certain feuds that should have only amounted to banter were taken far more seriously by their participants.
There's a term that's existed on the internet since, well, the internet itself has existed. It describes a certain personality type, a character most people would encounter on the forums that they might frequent or image boards they might visit. It's a special kind of individual. Somebody who's easily quick to anger, who lacks the ability to banter or joke with other people. When forced into a corner or a situation in which they cannot win, they will inevitably fall back upon the position of wanting to kick your ass.
Well, DSP's reaction is wiping his nose on his shirt and being silent on a topic he's actually knowledgeable about. Don't really have much to add here? Alrighty then, moving on.
Every single person he would encounter who would eventually throw up a roadblock to his bullshit would sooner or later receive a challenge to fight him in real life. But as with most internet tough guys, nobody really gave him much attention. They just saw it as complete bullshit and moved on. That is until a little cokehead by the name of Andy Warski said enough is enough.
Oh, really? Interesting. So now we're getting backstory. Very interesting. Okay. So Andy Warski is going to fight this guy in real life? All right.
We'll go to the States.
Nope, Phil, just repeat exactly what June the King said, then move on. Don't mention how you put yourself in the same situation with, I believe it was Viscount? The time you emailed him begging to just do karate chops to razz the audience? Or if he doesn't want to embarrass himself, he could bring up his relationship with Warski. Or is he still so nervous that Iron Chef Sakai could have been a plant by the casino the whole time?
Tonka was a no-show, sabotaging the match by not sending his ID or even blood work.
Oh, I wanted to read that.
Was a no-show, sabotaging the match.
Due to the unique nature of this bout, we at VFC required that both of these potential athletes sign a contract state a few particulars, there should have been a comma, such as sales commission, timetables for blood work, etc. Amateur fighters in the state of Tennessee must submit blood tests that prove they are free from hepatitis B, C, and HIV. This Mr. Warski did within the required time allotment. However, when Mr. Tonka sent in his required blood work, it came with a different name and a different photo ID than the one that he signed the contract under. We informed him that unfortunately the two names must match up, otherwise we could be responsible to any number of potential liabilities. Now, wait a minute. So, they're implying this was done on purpose because he wanted to dodge the fight. But what if that wasn't the case? What if he actually has hepatitis, right? He talks all this internet shit, but he knows that he would never be able to fight anyone because he'll be banned from fighting because he has a blood disease. Huh. I'm just saying, you know, it could be either way, but I mean, that'd be pretty dumb. I mean, why even send the fake blood, right? Why would you send the fake blood? I would just not send the blood or say, oh, I swear I did it. Where it got lost. Why did he send the wrong blood or the one he knew wasn't his blood? That just doesn't make sense to me. So I think what he's trying to do, he did want, it sounds to me like he did want to fight, but he can't. Like, he's probably got hepatitis. That's my guess. There's different kinds of hepatitis, by the way. Sometimes you can get it just to have it, like, transferred from your blood. Like, if you have a relative, like your mother or father had it, you can get it. Sometimes it is, like, blood-to-blood transfer. So it depends. You know, it definitely depends. But, you know, I don't know. Huh. Harry the Hippo says, no, he's all bark, no bite. But again, if that's the case, right? Why do this? I don't get it. Like, this doesn't make sense. Why pay to get someone else's blood work and submit it? You know they're not going to accept it. And if they do, you'd still have to show up. What if they were so dumb that they accepted it? Then you'd still have to show up. So I don't get it. Unless it sounds to me like this is something you do to avoid detection that you have a blood disease and he still wants to fight. It doesn't sound like he was trying to get out of the fight. It sounds like he knew he would never be able to fight legally. That's my take. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know.
Phil was 100% wrong. Where to even begin? Notice how he had to slip in a gripe about the need to pay for the blood test in there too. Also, he is stuck on this hepatitis theory, so there's nothing to add on my end, but it's wrong. How dumb is Phil? For an expert at self-sabotage, you would think you would be more adept at identifying when others are doing it. There was probably a deadline to submit blood work through official channels that probably required ID. To create the appearance of still having the intention to fight, he met that deadline. Then when he is unable to fight because of it, he then has an automatic out that is out of his control. 2 birds, 1 stone. Or he has hepatitis.
Huh.
Can we really be surprised by that? Do we know Irish people that aren't fucking excessive alcoholics?
Another element.
Nothing to add there, Phil? Maybe about a Italian alcoholic you might know?
But there's some other people who, like, you know, okay, so we have a relationship, we interact from time to time, but I don't want to take it to the further step that we could consider ourselves close friends or anything like that. And it sounds like
he's talking about the Kino Casino.
All those people on the show who he did have interactions with over the years did see him as a friend, and now they're like shocked to hear that, wait a minute, you don't consider us your friends? No, you're just people I fuck with on the internet, right? Like, wow. And that, like, smacked them in the face. It's shocking to them. Wait, what? We're not bros?
Oh, no, he was talking about the dents. It seems like he's still upset.
But the sole purpose was to sell the toy. So I've seen it a few times, but I never liked it or anything. I saw the toys in the store, but I never wanted them. I was an action figure kid. So I was into, like, buying, you know, He-Man and shit like that.
Imagine me doing an ALT impression. Philip, Come on now, you know there's another action figure you want to mention.
My image is out there. So I was like, well, you can't strike my videos if I don't have any videos.
Yeah.
So I took down all my videos.
Don't worry, I have it repeating on screen, but check out that sly nose pick with the rub off down the goatee. And one more time.
American healthcare, a lot of the times from my experience, from me and my family members as well, okay, it's literally like there's a symptom. So then they'll test and then they'll throw a whole bunch of shit at you, like this medication, this treatment. And then they just see what happens. And then they try to guess again. And then they try again. You would think when you're a kid growing up, doctors are super smart. And all you got to do is they got to run a quick test and test you out and do this, hit your knee. They're going to know what's wrong with you. And they treat you and you're good. It's not like that. At least for me with American medicine, okay? A lot of times the doctors know jack shit. They're just trying shit, have no clue what's going on. And so the problem is sometimes with the condition you have.
Now doctors are detractors? Or depending on the family member he is throwing under the bus with this rant, Lichero might be onto something with his video about the vet. But seriously, doctors don't know, and I quote, jack shit. This dude needs to humble himself, especially during a documentary about another dying man.
1 second, chat. 1 second, chat. Oh, we might have visitors. Hold on.
Oh boy. He got swatted, just like everybody else at this point. At this point, I feel like I was one of the first people. Because it happened to me in 2015. It seems like since 2015, so many people have been swatted, right? But I feel like I was one of the earlier ones. I don't know. At this point, it's almost been a decade. Shit.
Okay, he makes it about himself, but adds nothing from his experience except that he did it first.
METOKER came back to earn money, to entertain, and announced that he would possibly show his long list of symptoms to try to crowdsource a diagnosis, as now in August of 2023, 3 years since the discovery of the cancer, things have progressed to the point of having multiple heart attacks and a broken back.
Please take note that June clearly stated that METOKER would possibly show his long list of symptoms to try to crowdsource a diagnosis.
Nah, this is fucked. Why do you have to show all this? Right? Like, this is his private shit, his private life. And I think this is the fucked up part of having an internet presence be your job, is now this kind of stuff had to be made public because he needs to raise money to pay for everything going on. But if you have people constantly accusing you of lying, right, then you have to try to clear it up. Like, this is fucked that he has to show this. Completely fucked up. He never should have had to show a single piece of any of this. This is his business, his family's business. No one needed to fucking know about any of this shit. This is beyond fucked that the internet treated him like this and then he had to do this.
Strong.
Personally, this is where I would keep my mouth shut and really listen to and take in someone's story. But nope, Phil's mind went immediately to raising money.
Who even cares? Like, even if he was scamming everyone, right? If he's putting out content people like, and he's selling hats, then fucking let him. Even if he lied about every piece of this, he's making content people like, he's selling hats. So what the fuck is wrong? I don't get it. Why does he now have to show his entire private shit going on? Because these scumbags coming after him, you know? It's pretty fucked up.
It almost sounds like DSP is talking about himself, especially the way he's getting so emotional when METOKER doesn't seem nearly half as bothered.
Look at this.
You
Why do you
guys
have to
have
show
5
this?
minutes?
I'm actually getting upset. I'm getting fucking upset. Fucking piece of shit calling him out and saying dumb shit. For what? Why does he have to show any of this? This is no one's fucking business, you know? I'm actually getting heated now. Like, I don't usually get like legit heated about shit. I'm actually getting really angry right now. I might have to pause it. Look, my eyes are tearing up because I'm angry. I might actually have to pause this for a second. In fact, I am going to pause it for a second. I'm going to pause it. I'm going to get up. I'm actually really upset.
And he steps away for like a minute and a half. And this is why Phil bothers me. It feels like he completely warped the context of this to make him the victim of something he feels triggered by. It doesn't bother me that Phil's upset. It's how he got there. Like, this isn't about that. This isn't the time. Where for Phil, maybe it is the time, because there's only $8 of his coffers filled. I do think he was genuinely upset though. I think it's because he understands how untrustworthy he is. He knows when shit hits the fan and he actually needs money for medical bills and not WWE champions, he's gonna need to bring receipts. I hate ending on these notes, but shit like this makes me question even watching this dude. The motivation from all views is definitely a major part of it, and every like, comment, and subscription is seriously appreciated. Deuces.